What's going on, guys? William James here, and in this video we're going to talk about 2 tricks that I have for you to never ever be rejected again when you are selling really anything, particularly on Facebook, but this works on any platform that you happen to be selling something on. So if you're new to the channel, again, my name is William James. I do videos for affiliate marketers, network marketers, coaches, consultants, online entrepreneurs, anyone who is starting and growing a home-based business. I specialize in free organic Facebook traffic strategies. I teach all the ins and outs of how to generate traffic on Facebook for free inside of my free Facebook Floodgate group on Facebook. So if you're not already in the group, check it out. There'll be a link below where you can join the group. And if you like this video, if you get value from it, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and please subscribe to the channel. So with that said, let's dive in these 2 tricks to never be rejected again. And I should preface this by saying that having talked with quite a lot of people over the last few years about their businesses, their marketing, and what's holding them back. To be honest, there's really a big elephant in the room, as far as I can tell, with all this, which is fear of rejection. And there's just a lot, like 90% of the people that I interact with that are telling me about their business, and also just my observation of what people do, like people who have joined teams with me and stuff and what they're doing. What I find is that they're just not really doing anything. They're not doing any outreach in terms of reaching out to new people, building connections, trying to move a person into a sales conversation or what have you. They're really not doing anything at all. Most people, their idea of marketing is posting on Facebook something positive and inspirational, and maybe adding some new friends, and then saying hello to the friends maybe, and then that's kind of it. And they just don't ever really get to the point where they're really generating any sort of eyeballs onto an offer. So I find that the main reason for that psychologically is that people are just afraid of rejection. And I know that it's not something that I pass judgment on, because I think it's part of human nature, and I think it's part of like being a decent person to some degree, that you don't like selling to people. You don't want to feel like you're asking for money or bothering people. Or when I was first kind of starting out my adult life, I moved to New York City in 2011, and one of the jobs that I got to try to survive was selling these haircut coupons on the street to people, where we would come up to women on the street and basically try to convince them to buy this little pamphlet that supposedly would give them all of these free hair services at a hair salon. And it cost $60, and we had to go up to them and convince them to buy this thing for $60 right there on the street. They didn't know who we were. So it was this real kind of hard selling. And I remember just walking around with my bag full of coupons, just like sweating and nervous, and like not ever building up the guts some days to even talk to anyone, because I was so uncomfortable with the whole thing, right? Now, eventually I kind of got over that, but I know what that feeling is like, of just not being able to push yourself to actually contact someone and try to, move them towards an offer. So there's kind of 2 tricks that allow me to do this on Facebook without feeling that way. And if you're trying to do this on Facebook and it's like you just feel icky about the whole thing, and so you end up doing nothing, listen up. So the 2 tricks, the first of the 2 tricks is essentially using what I call gradients, or using the concept of not jumping straight to offering a big offer, something that's expensive, right? If you take the example of the street salesman, the reason that it was difficult for me is because I had to sell this thing for $60 right on the street. And that's a fair amount of money for somebody to pay for something that they've never heard of before from someone they've never seen before. Whereas if I had been offering something free, like if I had just been handing out flyers, like everyone would take one, or a lot of people would take them, right? And I wouldn't have to feel nervous about that. So I took that concept, but I'm kind of thought, okay, how am I going to do this on Facebook? And the idea of gradients is essentially that you don't jump ahead to a larger commitment than the person is ready for, like a sale. Okay, when someone just meets you, like they've just accepted your friend request, or you've just accepted their friend request, and you reach out to them and you say hello, that's typically like as far as a lot of people will get. Is they'll say hi, and they're like, hey, just want to connect, hello, and that's it. And then they get all nervous about how do you move that person from hello to, okay, I want you to buy this thing from me. And the way that you do that is you have incremental commitments that they can make before they get to a sale. So the first commitment that I ask of them is to tell me something about themselves, because that's completely free. They don't have to do anything. I'm just saying, hey, tell me about yourself. That's like the first thing that I'm selling them is just communication. And so if they're willing to tell me something about themselves, then I can proceed. And the next thing that I do is I make them a free offer. Typically, it's an offer to join my group. So I tell them all the amazing benefits of my group, what they're going to learn inside, what it is that I teach in there. And if there's somebody who is interested in that, which generally I can tell by what they told me about themselves, right? Because I asked them to tell me about themselves first. And if they tell me like, oh, I'm into affiliate marketing and I'm doing it on Facebook and whatever, I kind of know that they're interested. They would be interested in what I teach in my group. So they've told me that they qualify, basically, and then I can say, you want to join my group, and this is what you're going to learn, right? And so then it just gives them a free something that they can do now, a call to action that there's very little friction on, right? So you want to have a frictionless, or as frictionless as possible, call to action right away, so that you don't get bogged down in having these pointless conversations with people that you don't know how to get anywhere. So you have a really low friction offer, like something that's free, like a free group, free, PDF. If you say, hey, I wrote this ebook about blah, 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 whatever it is that your niche is, that works too, right? But a group is awesome because when they join the group, they give you your email, right? I ask for their email address. And then they're also going to be in my group, and they're going to see all this content from me and start to get to know, like, and trust me. Because what makes selling something so difficult with someone that you've just met is they don't know you. So it feels really icky to try to ask them for anything, right? Whereas if that you allow them to get to know you, then they're going to start coming to you and asking to buy stuff from you. Okay, that's just how it works. So that's the first trick, is use gradients. Have some type of low friction offer that you lead with, instead of just saying hello and then trying to pitch them on like your network marketing company or some affiliate offer or something, right? The second trick is related, but it just has to do with qualifying people, which is really about like knowing exactly what problem your offer solves. Okay, a lot of people get rejected because they approach a person and they just ask them like, hey, do you want to look at something? Hey, I found something really cool. Do you want to look at this? They have no idea if the person is going to be interested or not. And they don't tell them what the thing is or what it does or what problem it solves. Okay, so somebody did this to me the other day. And I'm sorry if I'm going to call you out on this. And I like this guy a lot, actually. I mean, I don't know him, but I think he's a good guy, and I like his profile and whatever. But he messaged me the other day, and he said, I found something amazing. Do you want to take a look at it? And I always go, oh, God, because I don't know, right? I don't know if I want to take a look at it. Most stuff out there is garbage. So I'm not going to, like, waste my time looking at this. But anyway, so I liked the guy. So I said, okay, what is it? And he sent me a link to this product where the product is called dirt. And it's some sort of like mineral, I don't know, it's like dirt. And anyway, I thought that was hilarious. and I was not interested in buying dirt or joining a network marketing company where the product was dirt. But I just thought it was an interesting example because he, he messaged me without finding out if I was interested and without saying anything to get me interested, really. He just said, hey, I found something cool. Do you want to look at it? And that can work if you got something really cool, right? But there's going to be a high percentage of people that are going to be like, no, right? So if you're afraid of being rejected, that I would not recommend that strategy, right? The strategy that most people teach for cold prospecting on Facebook is going out and just saying, hey, are you open to looking at something? Or, hey, my company is expanding in your area. Would you mind if I sent you some information about it? Whatever. Something that is totally unspecific. That's just asking them if they're interested. And of course they're not interested because you haven't said anything to get them interested, right? So there's going to be, that strategy can work if you're willing to message like hundreds and hundreds of people before you get a sale. But you're going to get a lot of rejection, right? Because the people have no idea what you're even talking about. So this brings me to the second trick, which is know what the problem is that your offer solves, or what does the thing do? What's the selling point? Why would someone want this? And then you go and you qualify the person and you find out if there's somebody that has that problem that this thing would solve, or if there's somebody that, is that this thing could help before you offer it to them. Okay. So you never make an offer unless you know that the person is likely to want what you have, right? And then you don't get rejected as much anyway, right? So if you are selling ClickFunnels, right? If you're selling a software to build websites, you're going to want to figure out if the person is like an entrepreneur, if they have something for sale, if they're an affiliate, like what industry they're in. You're going to want to see if they already have something. Like you would ask, hey, so what are you using to build funnels with? So, something like that, right? If they say, oh, I haven't gotten into funnels. Say, oh, why not? Whatever. And then you've qualified the person. They're an entrepreneur. They could use ClickFunnels. They don't already have it. They're not using something else. Then you can go in and tell them about ClickFunnels, right? Whereas if you approach somebody and you have no idea what they're doing, you're just a lot more likely to find somebody who already has it, who's already using something else, who isn't interested, who is not in the industry, whatever. And you're going to get a lot more no's, right? So qualifying people before you make an offer by knowing exactly what the thing does and what the problem is that it solves, and then asking them if they have that problem. Okay. There's a popular offer out there where the product is home business leads. There's actually a couple of these, right? This is a very easy example. So if you were to sell that product, you could message people and say, hey, so what are you doing? You're in affiliate marketing. Okay, you're in home business, you're in network marketing, whatever it is. Cool. So you're in home business. So what are you doing to generate leads? And most of them will say, well, nothing. Or they'll make up something, or they'll say, oh, I just talk to people on Facebook, whatever. They'll let you know that they're not getting a quality stream of leads every day. And then you can say, well, how would you like to get, 100 leads a day for $3 a day, or whatever it is, right? So then you've qualified them for the offer first. Yeah. So if you do these two tricks, I recommend the first one more highly because it's free. So there's even less chance of rejection, right? But if you're going to go straight to selling something, make sure that you qualify the person first and know exactly what your offer is. And then you will be not rejected as often. Most people who are rejected, when people say, no, I'm not interested, or they ghost you or whatever, it's because you're going in cold, offering them something that you have no idea whether they're interested in it or not. Okay? So don't do that. It's frankly kind of dumb, right? So hopefully with those two tricks up your sleeve, you can get over the just fear of ever reaching out to anyone, because honestly, that's like 90% of what's holding most people back, is that they're just never contacting anyone. They're not doing anything. So set aside the fear of being rejected. You can handle that with these 2 tricks, and go out there and start talking to people. Works, I promise you. All right, guys, that's it for me. Hope that made sense, and we'll see you in the next one. If you liked this video, remember to give me a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And if you're not in my Facebook group, click the link below and join the Facebook group. I'd love to see you on the inside. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye.